welcome to Undercurrent, your community current affairs show. I'm your host, Elise Van Aken. This Wednesday marked International Women's Day. The Ethnic Community Council of WA held an event to encourage ladies everywhere to be bold for change. Angela Albuquerque was there.
The Ethnic Communities Council of WA held celebrations today for the International Women's Day, and the theme was Be Bold for Change, and it was looking at phenomenal women.
Today's so important because, of course, it's International Women's Day, and it's a time to come together as women to celebrate all that we are and all the things that we've done, whether it be in our homes, whether it be in our communities, whether it be at work. I think that we've had a lot of amazing women in the past and recently, and here today as well. So yeah, it's just a chance to come together to celebrate all that we are in all of our glory. Feminism transcends so many boundaries. I think that it's different for a lot of people. Some people see, feminism as purely just, being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself and, being able to speak your mind. Other people see feminism as going out there and actively, challenging a system. I think that you can be a feminist in your own right, but I think anybody who truly believes in the equality of women and men, I think that that person should be a feminist. I think the importance of International Women's Day is really to promote what it is to be a woman, especially in a system that doesn't always advocate for us. I think it's a chance to reflect on what we have done, but also what more there is to do. And also to celebrate all of the achievements that women have done together globally.
Australian Institute of Health and Wellbeing, they say domestic violence is one of the leading causes of death in women and children. In Australia, 1 woman a week dies from domestic violence. Domestic violence stats are so high, look around this room, there's so many of us here, 1 in every 3 women could be experiencing domestic violence.
Look, International Women's Day has been an auspicious day for the Ethnic Communities Council of Western Australia. We've been organising events to celebrate International Women's Day for decades. In fact, in 2009, we organised the first National Immigrant and Refugee Women's Conference. In terms of gender equity, ECCWA has taken a principled stand. We are leading by example. The last 4 presidents of ECCWA were women. 50% of our executive positions and 50% of our management committee positions are currently filled by women. And most importantly, we have had a number of women who've, been associated in ECCWA in some shape or form, who have made very significant contributions, not just to the multicultural sector, but for the, the cultural, economic development of West Australia and indeed, in some cases, the rest of the country.
Well, it's important for everyone, I guess. International Women's Day is one day of the year, but I also believe the other 364 days are important. But this gives us an injection of extra energy, pumps some more enthusiasm into us, and we're united. We're making alliances and networking and reminding one another that we are not alone on International Women's Day. Well, I have to just talk about this event today because I have not been to one like this in Melbourne. This is just fantastic. The numbers here, the mood here, men and women, the ethnic diversity is remarkable. Everyone's having a damn good time. And some of the speakers and the dancers, it's a day that I haven't seen in Melbourne, actually. It's got a special Perth brand on it. What we're seeing since the late 1970s, we're seeing cultural and religious diversity, but it's still not good for all minorities. It still has to be, we have to have laws in place to make certain that everyone gets a fair go. We love the idea of the fair go in Australia, but we've got to practice it consistently across all groups. There are more women in politics. There are more women in the media. There are more women on committees and leadership roles. Still a long way to go, but they're more representative.
What would I like to see? I would like to see full-blown equality. I would like to see no more wage gaps. I would like to see women being able to stand in the same positions as men without any judgment. I would like to see a strong representation of women of colour, whether it's in politics or in the workplace, or in, general positions of power. And I would like to see more men standing up and advocating for the same thing as well.
I'm Angela Albuquerque for Undercurrent.
This week, the Women in Innovation Summit honoured women in agriculture. Here's Sandy DeRocco with the details.
We're here at the Innovation Centre of WA celebrating International Women's Day, as well as the WA Summit Innovation of Women in Agribusiness. We're going to have a chat to some lovely ladies and see what they've been up to the last couple of years. I'm joined by Mary Nenke. There's a lot of people that have been very inspired by your story. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're farming family, been farming for over 100 years. We're at a little town called Cookhran, and in 1991 we had the recession we had to have, according to the Prime Minister of the time, and it meant that we were spending more money on education than we were making. So we had to look for what else we could do, how we could innovate, and our eldest son caught 50 kilos of yabbies. The existing wholesalers didn't want them, they went back in the dam, and within an hour, God changed our lives. We had a market for 20 kilos a week.
Oh, wow, thank you.
So Colleen Yates has wowed us today, and she is leaving with this amazing award. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I'm the CEO of Regional Development Australia Perth, and I work with the 29 local governments across the Perth region.
Any advice for any young women out there, or even women such as my age?
Definitely follow a dream, whatever it might be. The challenges are what help to create the opportunities. So, and have a really good network of friends, especially other women friends, that you can chat with and work with in regards to moving through all of those challenges.
Thank you for your time today.
Okay, thank you.
We are an agriculture IT services company, and we're providing services now to farms across Australia, both in Queensland, Victoria and WA. So we're providing services to make sure that they can run their operations much more efficiently, and we're also innovating in terms of using sensor technology and data from a variety of sources. I think Australian food, I think we have to be much more agile, new forms of production. I think that, and also new food sources is going to be interesting in the future. Thanks.
Other people couldn't see what I thought was a no-brainer of an idea. So if you see one of these moments, follow it with all your strength and ability, because it could just be your innovative moment.
So I'm the CEO of Intergrain, which is a wheat and barley breeding business. So we develop new wheat and barley varieties for the Australian growers. We have a wheat breeding program specifically targeting udon noodles. So udon noodles are generally consumed by the Japanese and the Korean markets, but all the wheat that's used for those udon noodles is actually grown in Western Australia. I think we're actually almost on a verge of, people understanding that we're in a world market and that world market comes to us and we can go to it. People are starting to really get in and understand about nutrition. It's becoming important to us. Such a solid part of our culture that, I'm constantly thinking about food and, how you can be more creative with it. So it's a great area to work in.
It's been a very inspiring afternoon. I'm Sandy DeRocco. We'll see you next time.
Labor leader Mark McGowan has promised that if his government gets elected, he will abolish the Perth City Council and take on the responsibility. Bas Tadros asked the people of Perth if they think this is a good idea.
Now, Lord Mayor Lisa Scafidi is under scrutiny for more cases of undeclared travel.
The CCC found the Lord Mayor had accepted a hospitality package to the 2008 Beijing Olympics worth more than $36,000.
I was found to be not guilty of any corruption, and I've admitted that I didn't disclose.
With state elections around the corner, we are going to hit the city of Perth streets to find out what people think about Mark McGowan's vow to sack the Lord Mayor of the city of Perth, Lisa Scafidi. We're going to see if this is going to win him votes or perhaps cost him popularity.
Sounds amazing, sounds like a shake-up.
So yeah, sweet. That's good news.
Mate, it seems like she's had a good run and she's survived some scandals, so maybe her time's up.
I don't know too much about what they both stand for, like in more detail, but to me, morally, I don't think that would be right.
That's probably the biggest thing that all us young people see is, oh yep, slander this person out or something like that, and it's hard for me to vote because I don't know who's good or who's not because they're bagging each other out all the time.
Yeah, I think if she has done something which is against the law, if she has taken some entitlements which she don't really entitled for, that's a misconduct. So I think the law says, the law is clear for if someone does something which is against the legal, the procedure, then the law should take its place.
I think it's misguided. The Lord Mayor's done a fantastic job. And I think anybody that really has looked at the issues surrounding the Lord Mayor will realise that they're administrative issues and it should not detract at all from the fantastic job she's done. So I think it's something that any Premier, whether it's the current one or an possible incoming Premier, should be interfering in.
Mate, I think anything that kind of shakes up the government at the moment is well called for.
Would that be something that would make someone like you vote for Mark McGowan?
Look, I can't say it would, but I'd like to sit back and watch the carnage, of course.
Yes, if I was to vote, then if that allegations are real, are true, then I think Mark is doing good stuff to fix the problem. Good governance is all about make sure that things are done according to the laws and procedure. So if we have someone who can ensure that those things are happening according to law and procedure, that's what we have to celebrate for.
I just urge everyone to comply with whatever rules or laws apply, both in Parliament and in local government.
Do you think this is likely to win him votes or get him more popularity with the City of Perth, or is it going to go the other way?
Well, I don't think it gives him any popularity with the City of Perth because most people realise that we're involved in a state election and this is Perth City Council business, and there's a process being run through at the moment, and that process will continue, and the tribunal will make some determination. It's not up to a Premier to interfere in the process.
Bas Tadros for Undercurrent.
Stick around, we'll have more stories for you after a short break. Welcome back to Undercurrent. Radio Lollipop have been providing smiles and laughter for sick children for over 20 years. They need your help this uniform-free day. James Rogers has more.
Basically what we're doing here is we're broadcasting not only to the PMH hospital, but we also go out to all the satellite branches, which is Rockingham, Midland. We try to play a bit of fun music. We try to get children actually up to the 7th floor so we can get them on the radio themselves. So instead of kids just listening to us, they also listen to other children that are in the hospital. They come down from little 9 and 7 and so forth. Come in here, we ask them a few questions. The other volunteers then make balloons and try and make their stay here a little bit more enjoyable. Okay, so back in their wards, they've all got televisions. One of the stations is Radio Lollipop dedicated. They switch that, I think it's channel 7. They flick over to that. They also have a phone next to their bed. They can dial 8832, come straight through to the studio phone. We can talk to them and do phone requests, etc. So it's great.
Why do you think this is an important service?
Oh, look, unfortunately, a lot of the kids are here for a long time, so they actually become part of our Radio Lollipop family. It also gives them that little bit of distraction. They don't have wonderful days when they're at hospital. There's a lot of medical stuff going on, so it just gives them that 2-hour break where they don't have to think about what's happening with doctors and nurses. They can just tune out and have 2 hours of enjoyment.
So why do you volunteer with Radio Lollipop?
James, originally I think I wanted to do more on the radio, and that was probably the predominant thing to get me started. But it's not the biggest part of Radio Lollipop. We actually go down to the wards. We spend so much time down at emergency on all the different wards entertaining the kids. The radio's great and we get out to a lot of people, but I think it's more fun actually interacting live. I suppose it's like making a movie compared to performing on stage, and when you actually have that child sitting in front of you smiling, laughing and giggling at some of your really stupid jokes, there's no better feeling. It's great fun.
How do you entertain the kids on the wards?
So every night we go around to the children on the wards at PMH and we bring a basket full of goodies, so prizes, colouring in, bubbles, toys, games that we can play, and we basically just make the child forget that they're in hospital and have something to laugh about. I volunteer because, first of all, I like the feeling I get when I can make a child who's been crying and upset 1 minute laugh and have a great time and forget that they're in hospital. And that's a really good feeling. So I really enjoy doing that, and I like giving back to the community and doing something a bit different.
What's the best thing about volunteering for Radio Lollipop?
I think the best thing is that you always have a really, really good time. No matter how long your week's been, how busy you are, how stressed, you can come here and instantly you're in a better mood, and that's just a really priceless feeling.
What's a memorable moment from volunteering for Radio Lollipop?
Well, last week I was approached by a father on one of the oncology wards who said that he remembered me from over a year ago when I came around and played with his son, and he had a photo of us at that night, and he said that he used that photo to help fundraise for Radio Lollipop, and between him and his son they managed to raise over $1,000 for Radio Lollipop, which was amazing. So Uniform Free Day is in collaboration with Perth. So it was started by some of the bus drivers in Perth, where they all get to dress in whatever they want, usually as characters from a movie or something funny. And the idea is it's a gold coin donation to raise money for Radio Lollipop to buy games, prizes, equipment, anything that we can use to entertain the kids. So on the 15th of March, if you are on a bus and you see one of these tins, please donate money to Radio Lollipop, or if you're at a train station and see one of us dressed up shaking our tins, please come and say hi and maybe give some coins, some spare change, so that we can use the funds to buy things to entertain the children at PMH. You can enter via the website, or you can choose to hold your own Uniform Free Day at the workplace and raise money there.
For more details about how you can donate or volunteer, go to radiolollipop.org. This is James Rogers reporting for Undercurrent.
This past Sunday, the Ghanaian Association held a gala at the Pan Pacific Hotel to celebrate 60 years of the nation's independence. Here's Angela Albuquerque with all the red carpet scoop.
It's been 60 years and the Ghanaian community of Perth came out tonight to celebrate in full force independence. Beautiful clothes, beautiful food and beautiful people. The whole atmosphere was completely priceless, and it's all here in Perth.
My name is Alberta. I'm the Ghana Association President, and today we are celebrating our Ghana's 60th independence. So we named our event today the Ghana Gala Dinner Dance, Ghana at 60 Gala Dinner Dance. And I'm sure everyone over here had a great time. We've been enjoying. It's been a great night so far. Tonight we had the Shadow Multicultural Minister, Margaret Quack, the Attorney General, Honorable Michael Mitchell. We had our own Ghana High Commission Councillor and Minister Consular and Consular Affairs, Mr. Hakeem Bologan. And we also had our Ghana High Commissioner, the Consular, who is actually here in Perth, that look after us, Mr. Fred Swale. So we did have a few dignitaries here, and I'm sure they all had a good time and they're all raving about the show we put on tonight.
My name is Hakeem Balogun, I'm the Minister Councillor of the Ghana High Commission in Canberra, and I'm here representing the mission, Ghana High Commission in Canberra, to join the Ghanaian community in Western Australia to celebrate Ghana's 60th independence anniversary. Ghana has come this far, even though we are not where we would expect to be. At least we have done a lot which calls for celebration. At 60, we have been able to overcome a lot of strides in our nation life.
I am the Honorary Consul for Ghana in Perth, and I am responsible for Western Australia and the Northern Territories. And I promote business in Ghana from Western Australia and the Northern Territories, and I also help all the consular issues that come up here in Perth.
The fight for independence in Ghana was meant to bring a betterment in the lives of Ghanaians. And so today provides an occasion for us to celebrate, but also to reflect on what independence really means.
So this basically is our traditional dress. We've got the smock. My mom's also wearing a traditional dress here for women. Obviously, my uncles all are wearing the smocks, which just is a traditional thing that we all have as Ghanaians. Our first President, Kwame Nkrumah, wore a smock when he was announcing the independence for our country.
It's all about happiness, it's all about joy, and it's all about oneness. I will say I'm versatile because you can't put me under one instrumentation. You get to hear some little bit of reggae from me, a little bit of hip-hop, a little bit of hip-hop itself.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, let me see your hands up.
Most of the people who were colonizing us are British, so it's hard to adopt foreign, culture into your culture. So when we gain our independence, we were free and we can exhibit our culture anyhow we wanted.
The Ghana Association has been going for the last close to 25 years. I was the first president for 20 years, and I think that the girls have actually picked the association up and made it better. We wish everybody in Ghana all the best 60th anniversary. Thank you.
We wish our country and everybody at home the best, good prospects for everybody, good health.
Today is very special in the history of Ghana.
I believe without our culture, we don't have anything. Everything else is coming from other part. We have had such a good time.
I'm very happy today. Thank you.
I greet you all. I love you all. I miss Ghana, my homeland. Hey!
Hello, Ghana. We're having fun in Australia, and we wish you a happy 60th birthday, Ghana.
Welcome to the Ghana at 60 Independence Party in Perth. My name is Perfect. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, this is what brings us together, and I'm so drawn to see so many people out here, and I'm so proud of everyone. And I'm also proud to be Aussie and Ghanaian.
I'm Angela Albuquerque for Undercurrent.
That's all we have time for this week on Undercurrent. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.